Hey everyone, this is Erin Ashley Simon.
This is Brandon, Killabh Hall.
And welcome to another episode of Grassroots Podcast, where it's not just about the past or present or future. Yeah. It's also about our own opinions.
Yo, that is the first time you've messed that up.
Well, no, because I thought about switching it up a little bit more. Because I was like, it's not just about our past, present, and future, but it's also about the stories and opinions of influencers. So
that's kind of fire.
I wanted to switch it up a little bit more, make it a little more descriptive,
little more,
you know?
A little more. All right.
So,
all right.
But that's okay. I'm human.
Damn it.
But I'm excited for this next topic we're going to be talking about.
Listen, first off, got to give a round of applause for Black Panther.
Yes.
1 billion, ladies and gentlemen. 1 billion.
Not million. Billion.
That is fucking awesome, man.
I love it. I love it because it completely dispels that whole conversation where minority leading characters or casts that are fully African American or Black or African cannot make a lot of money.
Yeah,
it completely dispels that.
Yeah,
now, my question though is, do you think part of the success? Now, I'm not hating. I'm playing devil's advocate. But do you think part of the success comes from the fact that it's a Marvel movie?
I think part of it does. I think Marvel played on this though.
Yeah.
It was the right time, you know, even though they already had this plan. But I think what we mentioned before early on, they selected the right cast members, the right actors and actresses. They made sure that they touched on a lot of controversial things that are happening in the world subtly in the movie while you're still able to enjoy it. So I think they teed it up and then they knocked it out the park. I just think they did a great job. The icing on the cake was that it was Marvel. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it was a good decision for them, I think. Yeah.
I also think like you said, I think Marvel and the producers did a really good job with putting a lot of effort behind marketing it. I mean, we all know that Marvel movies do better than DC movies, and they do fairly well, but I think the effort that everyone collectively put behind this movie was one of the reasons why. And not just people as in like the cast or anyone involved, but also just regular human beings that really focus on having, especially children, watch this movie so that they can see someone who looks just like them in this movie. And that just shows you the power that the Black community has. I mean, we all know that the Black community buying power is a lot. I mean, back in February, the Nielsen did like a I guess research, and the buying power was like $1 trillion for the Black community. And I think this only shows and attests to it. But then I also think that I hope this doesn't cause situations where then people are like trying to exploit and do extra shit with like all black cast and all black everything just to exploit this kind of buying power.
But humor me, would that be a bad thing? I feel like if that were to happen, a lot has happened. I feel like Black is in.
It's always been in. You
know what I mean? Like, but now there's an emphasis on it. Like, everything is now focused around Black folks and Black culture and just, you know, kind of bringing awareness to some real life issues that Black folks go through all day, every day. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see more of this. I think if people are smart, they'll jump on this bandwagon. Number one. Number two, I think it's about time. Even if they were to get on the bandwagon and start using Black culture to forward businesses or forward movies or production, why not? It's about time you see our value in shit. It's about time you see that the masses have spoken, and you know, this movie did $1 billion, not just because it being Marvel, it's because people came out of their homes to support this shit. Yeah. So I think it's about time. It's really about time.
I mean, listen, I don't mind you jumping on the bandwagon as long as when you do, it brings some attention or light or even profit into the pockets of Black actors, actresses, and people. Like, we've seen several times where brands or individuals or even companies have hopped on the culture bandwagon and then taken something without giving credit or supporting it in any shape or form. I mean, we've seen that even in fashion. So my thing is, like, I think for me, more than anything, it's just for us to understand that when it comes to movies specifically, that you do not need to whitewash, or you do not need to get a actor or actress who has way bigger notoriety just to get more views for your movie, and their complexion or their ethnicity or their background does not match that specific character. Yeah. Like, I really like the fact that all these main characters, they're dark skinned. They're not light skinned. It's supposed to be placed in Africa. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that all Africans are dark skinned, but I like that representation because, you know, we've seen light skinned actresses try to play dark skinned actresses, or white people try to play a different ethnic group like Japanese or Chinese. I think this is great, and it shows, like, it's about the story. You know, you can have a new actress, you can have upcoming, you can have some big names, but have them in smaller roles in movies, and it can still be successful. So I think this movie in itself just kind of dispels so many different stereotypes that happen within Hollywood. My only thing is, I hope these people and producers follow through and do something about it.
I agree. It was funny. I was on Twitter, and I think it was like CNET or some shit like that. They tweeted out, "Hey guys, good news. Black Panther is already gearing up for a sequel." I'm like, duh. What the fuck? You don't say.
Why not?
Like, duh.
I mean, the Marvel series and everything keeps going.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Why would they not do a sequel? Like, it just, I don't know. Whoever's running CNET's Twitter may want to check that guy or girl, whoever it is, because that shit made absolutely no sense. But kudos to them, man. I'm really, really happy to see them cash out and get their just due so far.
Also, another kudos to Disney, because Coco won an award. And that was what they did behind the scenes, making sure that everything was authentic to the Mexican culture, including the actors and actresses. It further, again, it goes to what we were saying. Just be authentic and have these people. And if you make the story amazing, it's going to sell.
Everything else will sell. Everything else will do what it's supposed to do if it's done right and it's done with integrity. The moment you remove any of those elements, people will see through it. Yeah. And I think Marvel, you know, again, kudos to them. They did a great job making sure that they stayed authentic and they really got down to the brass tacks of Black Panther, Marvel, world issues, and substance. I bodied that, right?
Yeah, you did.
I did body that. Yeah, but I'm really excited about this. What else can we talk about? There's a few things going on. What's up with Nas? Didn't you say something that, and not Nas that's normally on our podcast? That's, again, regular Nas. We're talking about the real Nas. Yeah, rapper Nas, the one that really matters.
Yeah, the other Nas, I don't really care what he's doing on his day.
Yeah, word.
So Nas, the rapper, he reportedly made $40 million from an investment in a doorbell company, which is really interesting because when you think of, like, I mean, obviously, like, rappers, athletes, they're starting to invest in different companies, but, like, I wouldn't have thought that he would invest in a doorbell company. The company is called Ring, and what they do is they make smart video doorbells. It was acquired by Amazon, and the Ring was sold for $1.1 billion. Nas was one of the first company investors, so, of course, he took home a nice change of money. Also Shaquille O'Neal, who is like the master of investing in markets that people don't usually invest in, will also receive a nice payday as well. Shaquille O'Neal is one of the smartest investors, athlete investors out there. And he's so smart.
And he's from Jersey. Let's be clear. He's from Jersey. He's from Jersey.
We claim him. In 2017, Ring had a monopoly on the market with a 97% share of all U.S. video doorbell sales. Basically, they were owning it. Using a tiny camera in the doorbell, users can see a video broadcast through an app on their phones. So you can make sure that them dudes and women don't be creeping up on you.
Smart move. Smart move. Chameleonaire did that. Not doorbells, but he got into the tech world. Nas is obviously trying to venture off into the tech world. I like to see, black folks, especially rappers, because they have such a negative stigmatism of not being intelligent or not being business savvy. I like to see when they make smart investments like this.
Yeah, I do too. The only thing that I not that I don't like about Nas and what he's doing. The one thing I don't like about society as a whole is when people like Nas or Shaq do investments like that, people look at it like kind of some, not all, but some people look at it like, oh, like, why the hell did you do that? Like, or they look at it as a bad way. Like, remember when Shaq had his sneaker deal? What was the retail? Was it Walmart or Target? One of those. And like, people looked at it as like a bad thing because it's like, why are you doing it at Walmart? But it's like, yo, you know how much money he made from that though?
Well, I think in those people's defense, I think those Shaq sneakers were ugly as fuck. So I think that's partly what the issue was. It was one of those things where, Shaq at the pinnacle of his career puts out an ugly ass sneaker. And then it's like, ugh. So, and then it adds insult to industry, to insult to, what is it? Fuck? Insult to something. Insult to injury, rather, that it's in Walmart. Obviously, people not knowing how much money Walmart is worth and how much it's a good business move. So I think it's a little bit of ignorance on people's part. But
even ugly sneakers need feet to walk in.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true. Very true.
But we're starting to see, and it's kind of interesting how there's like now correlation between athletes and artists being more vocal, being more invested, and people telling them to shut up and do what they've done best. Or they'll go back to their drug dealing days or some shit like that. You're starting to see people like Nas. Obviously, Nas is like, there's a few companies that someone told me he was a silent investor in that I thought was really smart. And then you see Shaq. Shaq is constantly investing in companies. And I thought it was interesting how he said that he will only invest or deal with companies that he himself would either see himself doing or like using or doing on a daily basis, or that he would see other people. That's why you see him in like, I think it was like football or something like that. He's like, I'm gonna invest in a company where people will actually like, I can see myself using it. That's why he was like, he didn't do Wheaties because he's like, or be a part of Wheaties because he was like, I don't eat Wheaties. So why the hell am I gonna do that?
I like that though. It shows integrity. It shows that, when someone like him invests in something, they definitely do it because they believe in the product and they believe in what everything stands for. They don't just want to go with the flow and just go because it's marketing dollars behind it or whatever. They really are passionate behind it. So I often do like to follow people like that as well, just because then I know that whatever they're investing in, especially their past success life, they obviously know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They know how to maneuver. So you got to kind of take heed to that. So you can't just, throw it to the wind. Yeah,
and I think what they're doing is smart. I mean, you're seeing more people, even like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant invested in Russell Simmons' all-deaf digital platform. He also invested in the Players Tribune. So you're starting to see more athletes, and even like LeBron James and a few others, Kevin Durant, they're now owning their own media platforms. They're starting to understand the importance of investment, and they're also understanding the importance of owning your own data and distribution. So you're going to see more athletes, more rappers kind of get into that field more, which definitely makes sense. And I think it's smart for them to do it. I just wish that more colleges and even the NBA will do more to teach these people, or even like labels, or probably not labels because I don't know if they're going to do that. But at least like a company that can teach rappers, that can teach athletes, that can teach these people to properly invest in companies and invest in their future beyond what they're doing. You're not going to rap forever. You're not going to be an athlete forever. What are you going to do after?
Well, that's the thing too. You got to look at it. That's a business. Keeping people in the dark and not giving them information is a business. you keep, someone in the dark. You have control over them. You give an artist power as far as how to maneuver with publishing, how to maneuver within signing label deals, or how to negotiate terms. Then he now has the power to kind of outmaneuver you. So that, it's one of those things where, while I agree with you, I don't think we'll ever see something like that happen. And maybe on a smaller scale, but I don't think we'll ever see something like that happen, just for the simple fact that people like control. And when you have people like, like a LeBron James or Shaq, they're powerful people,
yeah.
You know what I mean, in their fields and or what they do. So the moment you give them more power and then give them knowledge, they could be out. The person that they're employed with could easily be out of the office quick.
Yeah, but I mean, there are people that, even though they're within the offices of those individuals, they are still giving out information. Like Donald Passman, he is a lawyer within the music industry, and he actually has an entire book basically talking about the point systems and just the legality of certain things. And it's just like, wow, even I read that, and like, I'm not a rapper, but like, I understood things now when it comes to certain labels. And it's like, of course he's not going to tell everything because you have to pay for his service.
Correct.
But he's giving enough where it's just like, okay, cool, we get it, we understand it. I mean, there are even people that don't even know how to sign checks or write checks. There are people who still don't really know how to do taxes. There's still people that don't know how to do basic level things. I think if you do it from a basic level, that's fine. And also having that basic foundation allows them to not be screwed over by these people that are in their camps that are just stealing their money. And we see this happen so many times.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like setting them up for success. And if people see that as anything else, like, then why the hell do we have colleges? Like, if you see that as a bad thing, then why do we have colleges? Why do we have programs that teach us in order for us to do good, to bring money and value back into the business industry, et cetera? So that's life, I guess.
Word.
Awesome.
We have our first caller.
To accept, press 1.
God damn it.
Press 2.
One. Like someone's calling from jail and shit. Fucked up our whole shit.
They forgot to give their extra quarter.
Word. Yo, in the line with GRP. What's hood?
Good afternoon, Grassroots. This is Tony calling.
Good afternoon, kind sir. How are you?
I'm quite well, and yourself?
All right. We're doing all right. Taking our first call. You are our first call on air. It's lit.
Oh, definitely sounds like it's lit. I wanted to call in about that topic. That's a wild topic, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. So for those who don't know, the topic that we're going to be discussing with our call-ins is apparently this guy who's from Missouri broke into multiple women's homes to tell them that he respects them in celebration of International Women's Day.
Listen. He is a living legend. All right, let me tell you. He deserves all the kudos he's gonna get. You can't win. You can't win. What are your thoughts, Stone?
I mean, all right. So first and foremost, he broke into a woman's home to say, "I respect you." If that's not serial killer, I don't know what is. Okay, that's first. Secondly, so you're going to tell her that you respect her, but you still have more power than her, and you've placed fear inside of her by walking into her personal space and letting her know that she's never safe. That's a wild statement to make on International Women's Day.
You don't think he was trying to prove his love on International Women's Day?
Love to who? They didn't see. That's where I'm like, we don't have enough information, because at that point, it's like, well, what women did he break in on? Was it his mom? Was it his girlfriend? I mean, obviously that wouldn't be considered breaking in. He wouldn't be in jail for that. But like, to break into a stranger's home and be like, I respect you, and then walk out. I mean, the only thing that he could have done worse is say, would you like to buy my security system now?
Man, you hating. I'm hanging up on you. Bye. Fuck that. I don't know what Tone is talking about. He's a living legend, all right? That guy went from home to home trying to show love on National Women's Day, and he is getting crucified. Horrible.
I'm just trying to figure out like how was the setup? Did he like go to their beds and then they woke up and he just stares down and he's like, I respect you so much.
Yeah, I don't
Happy International Women's Day.
Word.
And then he jumps out the window into the dark shadows. I just think that's crazy, and I really hope this is not true. If it is a true story, but I really hope it's not, because like, what do you do?
What do you do?
Like.
That's what happens.
Gosh.
That's what happens. They got to go. They got to go. That's the only thing that could happen. Like, and we're joking, but if you're popping up into random women's homes thinking that that's safe and profound and
normal,
yeah, he definitely moves up to the serial killer list. He may be the CEO of the company.
Move up. You're number one for life.
Well, there's some more crazies out there.
I don't know. That's really crazy to me. Usually you hear like breaking and entering is going to be someone robbing, but you freaking are doing that just to tell women Happy International Women's Day. Can't you just send them like a postcard?
Something. I don't know. We got another caller.
Call from.
Got fucking stupid collect calls. Hello?
Hello.
God damn it. You're on the phone with GRP. What's up?
What's up, y'all?
What's going on? So what are your thoughts, man? Are you breaking into strange women's homes, wishing them a happy National Women's Day?
Not at all, but I like to look at it as two ways. Like, the regular way is that's some crazy-ass shit, so where, like, you have a long day of work and you get home and someone's breaking into your place to tell you a compliment. So that's just wild off the rip. But it's like an amazing story. Like, if you're like let's say a lady's hanging out with her girls later that night, she's like, yo, girl, guess what happened? Some random nigga bust in and told me Happy Wednesday, and then he left. So again, scary for like the first few minutes, but then when you realize he's just a crazy person giving me a compliment, then, you know, like,
Yeah, I mean, how bad could it be? I wonder if he bought food or something. Like
some edible arrangement,
some edibles or something. Like, what did he really do? Did he stink or some shit? Like, we're just trying to sort this out, I guess. I don't know.
No, I dig it. Just because, like, in the mugshot, he looked like he was, like, proud of himself. So I was like, what?
I thought it was a great mugshot. I know, looking at him, he's looking at, man, y'all hating. That's his face. Y'all hating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Y'all just mad
like
y'all ain't think of
mugshot.
it. That's hilarious. What's your name, man? Where you calling from?
Dizzle, and I am in San Diego, California.
Dizzle, we appreciate you calling in. I'm hanging up on you now. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. Oh, man. This is great. This is
wonderful. I'm just so flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted because it's like the dude literally did this just to tell them I respect you and happy International Women's Day. Like, to go as far to show his respect, he thinks that the best way to do that is to come up into someone's house, an apartment, and did that. Like,
listen, man, Pac you are appreciated. He wanted to try to show his appreciation. So, I mean, like, you can't blame him.
Yo, that's some crazy ass stuff. That's almost. I mean, no, this is definitely not as bad. I remember there's this guy at a college my friend went to. This dude, he didn't say that he respected women or Happy International Day, but he did go into their laundry, steal their underwear, and then wear it.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
Yes, this is true.
That sounds like some fucking Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs. You remember Silence of the Lambs? Have you ever seen that? Where the dude dressed up and took that? Yo, whoever it is, that's a serial killer. He epitomized this serial killer.
And it was crazy, though, because they started to realize that so many different women were losing their panties, and then they thought that it was like a panty sniffer or something like that. But then they come to find this guy wore their actual panties under his shorts, and then he would have like a bunch, like a drawer full of them, and etc. I don't know how badly he was penalized. Would that be like a question of like, sir, you need to hand the panties back?
How do you do that though? Like, sir, that's evidence. We need the panties back. Can you take them off, sir, please? Like, how do you have that conversation?
I don't know. I mean, I would never have a conversation about anyone even taking my drawers.
How do you know your drawers were never taken though?
Oh, I make sure. I make sure. And especially they got cameras in the laundry service I go to. So if anyone touches my shit, I'm like, yo, play that back.
Find those drawers. Oh, man. Oh, what was that Joel Santana shit?
Oh, I don't know. Wait. Oh, he left the airport after TSA found a gun in his bag. He like booked it.
What?
Yeah.
When was this?
Recently. It came up today.
All right, wait, I got questions. I didn't know about this. I swear, I'd be so late to shit to be in media. I'd be dumb late.
Yeah, I gotta get you. I gotta create like a media list for you to catch up with these things.
Dead ass.
It's on Twitter. That's why.
Right, so rapper, actor Joel Santana allegedly ran away from security screening at Newark Liberty International Airport Friday evening after law enforcement sources say TSA agents found a gun on him. First off, why are you traveling to the airport with a gun? I feel like that's insane. And I know that may sound insane considering who Joel Santana is, but I'm thinking people know who Joel Santana is.
Yeah.
Like when you travel, you don't think your bags, you're getting the extra pat down, the extra side door. Hey, go into the third lane so we can check you even though you've done absolutely nothing. I've been checked for nothing, for nothing. I can only imagine what he gets checked for. Why would you be, why? Help me understand.
I mean, he can obviously travel with a gun. It's like a specific thing you have to do. You have to put it like in a hard case and like take the rounds out. But he probably left it in his bag. But my thing is like, I mean, maybe because I'm not about that life at all, because I'm not. But like, what makes you like, not? What makes you like say, oh crap, I forgot and left my gun in my bag. Like, you know how sometimes you forget liquid or water or something of that nature in your bag? Like, but what makes you be like, oh, my bad, I forgot to leave my gun at home?
I don't know. But the other thing is you talking about having a lock safe. I doubt that it's even registered. If it's registered, he's not running.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand. I hope he gets through it. I don't know why you're doing it. I do hope, and this sounds crazy, but it's still funny. I wonder if the security footage of him running through Newark International Airport will ever leak. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see.
And my question, too, is when you're someone who is known, why would you run as if like you can hide and they can't find you ever? Like they know your face. People know your face. You are a quote unquote celeb. Why would you run? Like you can't hide.
I don't get it. You're not going anywhere. As it states, you're a rapper, actor. Like it is not too many places. I'm surprised he even made it out of Newark International Airport and got into a cab or whatever, or Uber. Like I don't know, man. We got to look into Newark International now. Think about it. How do you get from the gate to the exit to the ramp, catch a cab or Uber or whatever after someone found a gun? Like, we got to tighten up on security, man. That's why we get bombed and shit. It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
Well, that's because they don't have construction work. If he was at LaGuardia, he would have been fucked.
Oh, yeah. No. You're not doing that.
He would have been in a taxi trying to get out of a construction zone.
They would have locked his ass up 3 times over. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Standing on the line just to get out of the door because they're fixing the building.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. Oh, man. That was such a treat. I didn't know about that.
Such a treat. Christmas came early.
Yeah, Christmas came early. What do you know?
Man, there's just so much craziness. Like, I thought the icing on the cake was that guy breaking in and telling women how much he respects him. I hope he doesn't influence other crazies saying that, you know, it's okay to break in and tell a woman that you respect her because she doesn't listen on Twitter.
The crazies always prompt more crazies. It always happens. There's always one crazy out there that tries to trumpet and show you that he's extra crazy.
But don't get it twisted. There are women that are crazy too. Like, I find it so crazy how there's this story out. Some famous NBA player's son or something. I mean, who he is irrelevant. I don't really care about it. But the story essentially was like this girl was talking to 2 dudes and, you know, going back and forth and basically saying like, if you want to date, if you want me and to date you instead of this guy, you got to give me $16,000.
Yeah, that's
I think it's like I don't know if it was a month or a week or whatever, or just a one-time deal.
I think women are always crazier just because women think things through. Guys don't normally think things through. You know what I'm saying? Women are really more organized and things like that. So I think women are more prone to be crazier and plan out a murder and probably get away with it versus a man. Like a man probably like leave a sock or some shit or leave his watch on the table being forgetful.
Nah, women can be stupid just like men. Like those chicks that be sleeping with NBA players and then putting on Snapchat and stuff. Like, you know your role. You know what's going on. You want the limelight, the rich life, the if it's good D, whatever it is, you know, herpes invested or something. You do know that, like, you're not supposed to put stuff on social media. And it's like they want to brag about the fact that they just got pounded from the back from a celeb.
I'll never understand that. This new age shit of live tweeting, like, videos of you smashing somebody or, like, don't you know, like, as time passes, like, it just don't make sense, man. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Soon enough, they're going to be putting that stuff up on Twitch.
Yeah, word. Like,
as if it's a game.
Niggas using sexist content as content.
A, B, left, right, up, down, smash.
Oh, man. Do we want to talk about this?
OJ? Yeah, every day.
First off, well, yeah, OJ we always got to talk about OJ. So some new news came out. Apparently, OJ confessed to his book publisher, Judith Reagan, that he in fact did it. Now, I know he didn't say that, but he specifically said that he wanted to name the book "If I Did It," just so he would leave room.
Is that a caller?
For doubt. No, it shouldn't be. Oh no, it's not a caller. So he wouldn't leave room for doubt with his kids, so that they wouldn't have to go through it. But apparently, this is airing, or it's happening. I don't know when this TV special is happening, but I'm curious to see it. I heard about this years ago, about him doing some real in-depth interview about the book, about the murders, about the trial, the case, etc., and it never came to fruition. I want to know why, though, all of the sudden, this is just coming out the blue.
Because he lives in Florida now.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be.
I believe he lives in Florida now.
Yeah, he does live in Florida.
Okay.
He moved to Florida. If you're smart and you're savvy, if he went anyplace else, the Goldmans would get him, and they would tax him for the money that he's owed them for years. So he moved to Florida because there's some law where they can't touch his money or retirement or pension or whatever shit he gets. I don't know. But they can't touch it, nevertheless. So he moved to Florida to evade them yet again. Yet again. Listen, OJ is a legend. OJ, like...
Yo, he's been a legend since the car chase.
Yo, like, really think about it, man. OJ, like... What can you really say about this guy, man? Like...
I just want OJ just to have a book about everything messed up that he did in his life and just release it, and then like not release it when he's alive, but just like right before he's about to die.
Yeah.
And just to confess to every single thing. Well,
apparently this shit this happening tomorrow, Sunday. They're gonna show this exclusive interview or exclusive content, whatever you want to call it, where he talks about the murders and things like that. It says in quotes, "If I did it, and I flat out Simpson murdered Nicole Brown Simpson, Ron Goldman, according to Reagan, the publicist that he wrote the book with." So I want to see what happens with this. This is I always like stuff like this. I followed this trial closely. When I was a kid, I remember watching it. I bought all of the documentaries because I love documentaries. So I bought that. This goes on my mantle with all the rest of the serial killers that I like to psychoanalyze. But he is one of the rare ones, because as much as he says he's trying to get away from the big case, that life, it somehow seems to keep coming back up. And I'm starting to think that he is doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't see them just releasing this content randomly, and I don't know the logistics of it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if he confesses to everything, puts out a book, and he's untouched, he's the greatest magician alive. Like,
well, he's a sorcerer.
Like, he literally is like, yeah, I did it, hopped in the box, and then just disappeared. Like, he's the greatest magician alive if he ever confesses to everything. But I'm also curious too. I mean, there have been wasn't there like an investigator who said like potentially it could have been his son who did it, and he's just like covering for his son? Well, that
was the other thing. They said that him and his son had a falling out because of this whole situation. His son apparently had like a breakdown or some shit like that, and he's been carrying the weight of all of this throughout the years. And his son was either cooperated in the murders or was a part of it or did it, and that's alleged per the documentary on Netflix. You guys can go check that out. But I just wonder what that all embodies. And I also do think, though, that he's been carrying a lot of this around for quite some time, and it's only for so long you can have such a deep-rooted issue, pun intended, just carrying that weight. It's got to be, taking a toll on him. So
I don't know if he got the liquor, the booze, the drugs, the women. He's probably preoccupied.
That's true. You ever seen that O.J. Simpson video, his music video?
No.
Oh my God.
He has a music video?
Do yourself a favor. Go Google OJ's music video. For the listeners, go Google it. For those that have seen like the OJ 40 for 40, you guys have already seen it. But I'm talking about like the real video where he's in a cowboy suit. He made like a rap single. Just do yourselves a favor and go look at that shit. That's a work of art, man.
Yo, I definitely gotta check that out.
Oh,
that
man.
is crazy. Oh man, there's been so much craziness. I feel like we need to do like a graphic, like who's at the top 5 serial killer list of the week.
Definitely.
Like kind of like how Spotify has their updated lists and stuff. Where like
100%.
top song of the week. We gotta do that for our serial killer list.
Next episode, ladies and gentlemen, me and Erin and our grassroots group me trap mates, we're gonna put together a top 5, maybe 10, because there's a lot of people out here. Top 10 serial killer list that you may not know that are serial killers. For instance, the first person is the gentleman that went into those women's homes and wanted to wish them a happy Women's Day. So yeah.
The second one is those who don't like their food touching on the plate.
100%. Yeah. Yo, quiet as kept though. Nas and Wilson may be on the list. A lot of people.
Maybe. Wilson's definitely on the list.
Well, yeah, Wilson's definitely on the list. Nas is in a close second. You don't know it. Now we're talking about regular Nas, not Nas Escobar, the one. We're talking about the one we don't care about. He may be on the list.
The one who gave us 7.5 to Black Panther.
Word. Oh, man. So I guess that's our episode for today.
Quite a day. Quite a day.
We want to thank Tone and Dizzle for calling in. First time doing this, so we're happy that it went well. We got to connect with our fans. You guys that are listening, you can always join in. You can call in when we do this now. We have a group me chat that we talk to our fans. We're actually working on setting up an event, so more to come with that. That should be pretty cool.
With our fans, something that we're going to do with our fans.
Yeah. So you'll see the link in the description of this video. And as always, like, subscribe, follow Grassroots Podcast, and that's on Instagram, Twitter. Where else are we? YouTube.
I mean, we're iTunes.
We're everywhere. You ain't never there.
We're trying to get there. But yeah, definitely. I definitely want to highlight, join our group chat. We really discuss a lot of different things, and it's good. It's a very supportive group. We allow, if you're active in the community, we allow for you to post your music or post whatever where your passions are.
Yeah.
We're interested in it just as much as you're interested in our podcast. We really want to get to know you guys who are avid supporters of our podcast, and especially when we're doing like events, like, you know, whether it's a bowling event or something where we want to have, you know, just meet you guys in person and stuff like that. We definitely want you guys to be the first to know. In order to be the first to know, you got to join our group chat. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. On that note, I'm Brandon, Killabh Hall.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
And we out.
Hey.